So, have you ever wondered what really makes a ghost story go viral? I mean, it's not just about a creepy shadow in a corner. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the actual blueprint for a modern ghost story. This is a script that's built not just to scare you, but to get a very specific reaction, and more importantly, to get you to talk about your own experiences.
And it all starts with this one line. It's perfect, right? It doesn't open with a scream or some spooky music, no. It starts by telling you the narrator is logical, a skeptic, kind of like you or me. And that is totally on purpose. They're grounding us in reality so that when that reality starts to crack, we feel it right along with them.
Now, what we're looking at here isn't just a transcript. This is the honest-to-goodness production script from a YouTube channel called Untold Mysterious TV, and it's got everything. I mean everything, from when to pause for dramatic effect to which keywords will get the most clicks. We're about to see exactly how fear gets engineered.
Okay, so the choice of narrator, absolutely no accident. He's a software engineer from Boston, a guy who lives and breathes data and logic. This is such a smart move because when a guy like that can't explain what's happening, well, that breakdown of reason hits us so much harder. His skepticism becomes our own. And the setting is another calculated choice. A remote cabin, no cell service. You know the drill. It's a classic for a reason. The script uses this as a kind of shortcut. We immediately know that being isolated means you're vulnerable. They don't have to explain the rules to us. We can already feel the trap being set. All right, let's get to the scare itself. The genius here is that it's not some cheap jump scare. Instead, it builds this creeping dread. It's a carefully planned sequence of events, all designed to slowly, piece by piece, dismantle our sense of safety. And this is where you can really see the craft. Look at how it progresses. It starts with a weird smell. Subtle. You could easily dismiss it. Then, footsteps. Okay? Maybe an animal in the attic, right? But then comes the knock. That's different. It feels intentional, intelligent. And finally, the breathing at the window. The threat is no longer just in the house, it's right there, at his side. Every single step is just another turn of the screw. But the terror isn't just in the words on the page, it's in the silences between them. The script is actually filled with these little production notes, telling the narrator and the editor exactly how to use sound and the lack of sound to really ramp up that tension. This is it. This is the turning point. Any thought of it being an animal in the attic is just gone. This feels human, and worse, it feels hostile. But the real power is how the script tells them to deliver this exact moment. Just look at these instructions. A full 4-second pause, complete silence. This is literally fear by design. That silence is there to make you lean in, to make you hold your breath. It creates a physical tension in you that mirrors what the narrator is feeling. The story isn't just being told to you, it's being performed on your nervous system. And after all that buildup, the script does something else that's really clever. The big reveal isn't some monster jumping out, it's just footprints. So why is that so effective? Because the true horror is left up to your imagination. And let's be honest, whatever you can cook up in your own head is way more terrifying than what they could ever show you. The story doesn't just end when he leaves the cabin. No, it reinforces its own truth with this timeline of creepy little discoveries. I mean, think about it. 2 other guests left early? That's social proof. The rental listing just disappears? That feels like a cover-up. The cabin selling for super cheap suggests something's wrong with it. And that last detail from an old county file? Unwanted occupant? Chills. Each little piece is designed to make it feel less like a story and more like a real-life investigation.
And this simple statement is the final logical conclusion for our software engineer. It's the one piece of data that doesn't fit, the one thing that breaks his whole worldview. It brings the entire story full circle, right back to that idea of pure logic smashing headfirst into the impossible. But hold on, the story has one more trick up its sleeve. The end isn't just an ending, it's a pivot, a turn towards the video's real purpose. And it's not just about scaring you, it's about involving you.
And there it is, the call to action. With this one single line, the whole thing shifts from something you just watch passively to an active invitation. He shared his story, and now he's asking you to share yours. You see,
This whole carefully built story is actually part of a much bigger content strategy. The real goal is to flood the comments section with personal stories. That drives engagement, gives them ideas for future content, and it builds a whole community around this one shared theme, the unexplainable. The audience isn't just watching anymore, they're participating, they're part of it.
Which really leaves us with this final question. We've seen the whole blueprint, this ghost story for the digital age, but why does it work so well? Why is that invitation to share our own stories so powerful? I think it's because when we experience something that just defies logic, we look for validation. We need to know if someone else has ever felt that same chill or heard that same weird sound. And maybe, deep down, the skeptic and the believer both just share this fundamental human need to tell our stories and to know that we're not alone.